What's up and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you as always by Foreman Watson Holtrey, that's dedicated to you, committed to justice. That's FWHlegal.com. As you could tell, Stephen A. Turner is not here once again. The truant, habitual Stephen A. Turner is on the road, in all fairness, to his daughter's softball game, so best of luck to the Owensboro Lady Devils on the road tonight at Muhlenberg County, as we will talk about that here in just a little bit, but never fear, David Clark in the driver's seat alongside my tag team partner, the immortal Coach Vic Evans.
How's it going, big man?
Man, it's going phenomenal. It's better than I deserve, as I'll steal a little line there from Dave Ramsey, Vic Evans, and we've got a jam-packed Friday show taking you home to the weekend. Everybody's working for the weekend. We're going to have a little fun before the weekend officially kicks off right here on Live at 5. And be sure to follow us on social media, myself at D. Clark, ESPN O'Burl, and Vic Evans at Coach Evans 1973 on Facebook. And be sure to do it right now. And I'm going to tell you why just here in just a few. So here's a teaser, so pay attention, boys and girls. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at 1027 The Game, because you're going to have to stay tuned here in just a second. Also, download the Owensboro Radio app for free in your iTunes or Google Play Store. It doesn't cost a dime. Download it, owensbororadio.com daily for all your game replays. And speaking of games, tonight, got a big slate of games for you tonight as the Hancock County Baseball Hornets play the University Heights Blazers at 5:30. You can hear our friends over there on 94.7 WBIO, or you can watch the stream on YouTube Live via the Third Region Sports Network. Again, that's Hancock County versus University Heights. 5:30 here on the Cromwell family of networks, and then at 7 p.m. we're going to talk about this one here in a little bit. Vic Evans, it's David Clark, it's ESPN Owensboro, it's the Owensboro Sports Center, it's TBL basketball.
The home opener.
I'm so freaking pumped, Vic. It's the Thoroughbreds professional basketball coming here to Owensboro, Kentucky tonight versus the Columbus Condors. We'll talk about this game here in a little bit because little revenge factor going on here, Vic, from last weekend. That's game going to tip off at 7:30, or scratch that, 7 p.m. I got ahead of myself, but we're going to go live about 6:45 with the pregame show, talk about the teams, get you ready. And what's really, really cool about tonight, Vic, the game benefits the local area YMCA, as every Thoroughbreds game is going to benefit a nonprofit. You can't beat it.
No, you can't, and it's going to be I'm really looking forward to this. I've been looking for this all week. They played really well in their first two games, and so I'm looking to see them in action in person. Absolutely, and again, game replays at owensbororadio.com. Yesterday's South Spencer 7-0 win over Tell City. We'll talk about that here in a little bit as well. The full game, the video replay, is available at owensbororadio.com. It's especially sweet if you're a Rebels baseball fan as well. And to kick off the show here on Friday, we've got a little special treat for you guys, as we got Shane Shepard from Dinger Bats hanging out here in the studio. Shane, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing great, guys. How's everybody doing?
Man, it's Friday. When it's Friday, everything's good. Everybody's at the end of the work week getting ready to watch some Thoroughbreds basketball. Yep. And get ready for the big weekend that's coming. And the big news that's going on right now, Shane, the ink is just now dry on the contract. Dinger Bats, the official video stream sponsor for our high school softball and baseball broadcast for the rest of 2021. I forgot what year it was.
It's been that kind of year. You gotta forget
it all runs together.
It does all run together.
Yeah, man, we're excited to be on board, though.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And for just kind of an overview real quick, because I know, and I know Vic obviously knows, right, with the River Dogs and what you guys do. Tell everybody, who is Dinger Bats?
Yeah, man, we're a wood bat manufacturer. This is our 16th season with the big leagues, although the last year with the big leagues was a little different. As with any business, it's a little
you
different.
Ain't lying.
But, you just make the adjustments. But, we just set a business plan up where we're going to provide the highest quality wood, the highest quality service, and everybody seems to like it so far. So we're trying to expand our brand with a few different things. Some of it we'll talk about later here in the show, and being teamed up with you guys with what you're doing with the live streams, which is really cool for the game. So we're excited about it, and it's a good fit.
And speaking of the show, teaming up with the show, MLB The
big
Show.
News.
Yeah, man.
2021, the big news along the cool kids out there. We're old guys, but I think it's pretty cool as myself, is you guys for the first time will be involved in the biggest baseball game out there by far. Shut it down, is MLB The Show. And this year, you can swing a Dinger bat in MLB The Show 2021.
You can. It's super exciting for us. It's something we've been working on behind the scenes for a long time. As you know, MLB, they don't like to do anything public. So getting us in there, it's been a long effort.
It's not an easy effort either. There's a lot of steps.
There's nothing easy about working with MLB in general, but it's a long process to work with not only MLB but the Players Association, working with the agents, working with the players themselves, the design factor. It was really a long, drawn-out issue, and to boot, I couldn't tell anybody about it. I'd mentioned to a few people that we were trying to get in it, and we've tried several years, have been denied, along with a lot of other people, but we've got it to where we're in. I've seen the screenshots. They've been shared. And I woke up this morning to about 19 different messages from people that got the early release that went available at midnight with pictures of the bats and all that stuff. So we're excited. We ran a big promo on it on the all of our social media, Dingish social medias today. So we're excited about it. Be even more excited on the 20th when it gets the full release where everybody can get it. So being able to have our guys that swing it in the big leagues, swing it on the game, and then all of our fans being able to choose to swing it.
Oh, the best thing to do is create a player.
Well, you create a player, and the way it works is there's packs. I've been out of the whole gaming deal for a long time, but it's you earn these packs by achieving certain things, right? And so we have 4 different models in the game.
Yes.
Well, obviously our Schwarber model is the diamond. So you really got to do something to get that. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, but you got to do something. But it jumps your power up plus 10 or plus 7 or something.
It's like a Mario power.
It is. Right. It is.
I think for me, if this is how old school I am. After Ken Griffey Jr. baseball on Super Nintendo, I kind of checked out of baseball for a little while in terms of video games. But, I know Jordan Rose, the Viking 97X, he's literally dying for MLB The Show to come out. He's a big fan of the game franchise as well. And like you said, you could create a player. You can create your own dynasty. You could develop guys, bring them up from the minor leagues, and, build your own franchise to compete at the top of MLB. And if you really want to, you can move the All-Star game back to Georgia.
Yeah, you could.
I just got to know how hard, because I know I text you today. I had somebody, a friend of mine, text me screenshots. He got the early release.
Right.
And I sent you those screenshots, and you were like, man, I've been sitting on these screenshots forever for the day to release them.
Yeah, because the ones I sent you today, I've had those for about 2.5 weeks. I've got a whole folder that Sony sent me, and they're all just so cool. And for 2 weeks, I've been holding on to those things.
I couldn't do it.
Oh, I sent it to my boss, obviously. He and I were just like, God, I want to share these so bad. I was like, dude, you can't. So it's fun. It's another step in the progress of trying to make Dinger on the same level as some of the bigger players without spending as much money as they spend. But,
yeah, absolutely. And speaking of, obviously, Dinger bats, you guys are a national bat company. And I kind of wanted to get into, It's like wrestling, or whatever, any sport. The star power, right? It always perks people up. Like you hear a familiar name, see a familiar face, it kind of perks the interest. Tell somebody about the major leaguers that are currently playing right now, or even have played in the past that are either swinging Dinger now or have swung Dinger in the past.
It's a long list. If you include people that have swung us in the past, I mean, obviously you've got Kyle Schwarber. He's no longer swinging us, but. He started with us and swung.
Who's visited Owensboro, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure, he's been here twice. Loved the town. Still a good friend of mine. We still chat. Obviously, it's not the same chats that we used to have, but you know.
But you never know.
But you never know. But Jason Hayward with the Cubs, he still swings us. Starling Marte, who hit the home run last night, he still swings us. And we've got probably 40 guys that have them in the bag. It's just whenever they decide to do it. The days of exclusive contracts with these players are pretty much gone unless you've got a Mike Trout or something like that, because baseball players, as Vic will tell you, are so superstitious.
Sure.
So for, a guy to be 0 for his last 20, he's changing something.
I was going to say, he's changing wood.
Right.
It's just the way baseball players are. And then when you're on that 10 for 15 streak, Dinger bats is the greatest thing ever made. You can't take them out of my hands. And you go 0 for 10 and it's done.
I'll tell you a great story. I was at spring training for the Phillies. Hunter Pence had used our bats for years. All-star games. Loved them. And he's a crazy fella anyway.
He's different.
So I go in, and this is after he got moved over to the Phillies. I'm coming down the hallway, and this hallway's really tight, before you get to the thing. And here he comes the opposite way. And he just put his head down and just kept walking because he'd been swinging something else. And I said, Hunter, what's up? And he goes, hey, Shep, what's going on? And he just had the worst look on his face. He's like, man, I'm sorry. I went 0 for 10, and I had to figure something out. I was like, dude,
man.
I get it. I don't want you stepping. That's your job. I don't want you stepping in that box like with some sort of hindrance that you're swinging my bats. And he's like, no, they're still in the bag, you know. But he had continued to order. Yeah. He was just trying something else. But that's just baseball players. And, you know,
they're a finicky bunch.
They're a very finicky bunch. And, of course, it works both ways, right? You know, you got a guy that always swings Marucci. He goes 0 for 10. By golly, he's getting a bat from me. You know, it might just be the one.
And everybody, you could also watch us on our 102.7 The Game Facebook live stream. If you want to see our ugly mugs on camera, then be sure to hop on to the 102.7 The Game Facebook. And if you have a question, be sure to pop in there. As we've got it pulled up right now. If you want to ask Shane a question, if you have a question about Major League Baseball in general or dinger bats in general, how to get them, we're going to tell you how to get them here in just a few. But if you have any questions, be sure to hop on the 102.7 The Game Facebook and interact with us. But Shane, speaking of that, and this is kind of what I wanted to jump into locally. You guys have such a strong national brand right now, but there's a lot of little leaguers out there. There's a lot of high schoolers out there that would maybe be interested in swinging a dinger bat. Kind of explain the logistics, or maybe even softball players too. Like explain kind of everything when it comes to youth and baseball and the high school baseball level.
There's two ways you can look at it. You can look at it from a coaching / technical standpoint. A wood bat's a lot harder to hit than an aluminum bat that's on the market today. The sweet spot's smaller. Now, if you hit it in the sweet spot, you're not going to see any kind of difference between the aluminum and the wood. You're still going to get great performance. It's just harder to hit that sweet spot. For any golfers out there, it's a great analogy is the sweet spot of the tour players' golf clubs are about the size of a dime. Your hiker golf right with the ping cavity backs, it's as big as a quarter.
Yeah.
It's similar in the concept. So it's a great approach for us to talk to coaches about it being a training facility, or a training mechanism, if you will. If you're in the cage, hit a wood. Just crank wood out. I mean, you're working on that spot, you're working on that swing, etc. Now, we also, from a business standpoint, say that's cheaper too, to buy that $100 wood bat as opposed to taking your $400 Mako or whatever's on the market nowadays into the cage.
Some of them are more than that. I mean, I've seen aluminum bats $500-$700.
So you start seeing parents perk up when they are told they won't have to buy a new bat next year because they swung wood in the cage. They're like, oh, is that? Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about that. So.
And I will tell you, even at the high school level, and especially at the college level, of course, they're still swinging, the BB core bat at the college level. Almost all those college guys hit wood in the cage. They're all. I know there's a ton that do that.
And explain to me is, I'm not a baseball guy, and obviously you are. What is the benefit? I know obviously there's a cost benefit because you're not dinging up your aluminum bat, especially if it's $500. But talk about the feel. I know obviously college is an aluminum. Everybody in college is swinging aluminum, and then pros it's wood again. But is there any benefit to getting that wood bat in your hand? Like you talked about that sweet spot being smaller. Does that help you? Does that help a player refine where they want to get that ball on the bat?
Any sports swing like that, golf, baseball, softball, repetition is the key to improving what you do, right? So if you're in a cage and you're constantly repeating those swings and that sweet spot's causing you're hitting it more often with the wood, and then game time comes around and you've got this bat, feels like a racket. Yeah. I mean, the sweet spot's so big, and all of a sudden you've got this mental status of, I can hit anything. I don't care where he throws it.
And I think the biggest question that parents that maybe are listening right now have on their mind is, where do I get one at? How can I get my? You just perked my interest when you said the price differential.
Sure.
Where do I find a dinger bat at?
Yeah, man. I mean, we sell so many through the website. That's the best place to get them. From a far-reaching, we've got a guy here in town that's selling some over at Jason Payne's place at ISO.
Okay.
So he actually has some in stock.
Right there off J.R. Miller Boulevard. If you don't know where ISO is, it's right there in the middle of where. What is that place? It was Thriftway back in the day.
Thriftway, yeah. It's about a block down from, about a block down from Huck's.
Yeah. That shows you how old we are. Right. We still call it Thriftway. Oh, my God.
But he's got a great facility over there, and they've got a stand in there with some stock bats. So for both softball and baseball, we make a specific bat that has a longer barrel to more mimic the softball bats that the girls are using. So he has some stock in there. You can just, if you're in town and you need one, you can whip it right over there. I think he's got them for less than $100 right now. I'm not sure.
Wow, that's incredible.
But you can also go on the website and create your own bat, right?
Yeah,
you get to pick color and all that.
Whoa,
yeah,
that's
we
amazing.
a couple years ago we redesigned the website with the local people here over at Tanner West, and they created a bat builder. So your bat is blank at the top of the screen, and as you scroll down through your options, your bat is pinned to the top, and it changes as you make your color changes, whether you're engraving, colors, logo color. It's all right there. You can see it.
So can you put your school logo on the bat?
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible right there. And I want to circle back real quick before we get you out of here, Shane. You talked about MLB The Show, how cool that is. Word on the street is Dinger has a digital copy to give away.
We do. We
So,
just had one. I was told before I came in here that I couldn't give it away, but hopefully my boss didn't listen. We're going to do something. We're going to let you give that away.
We're going to give it away. So here's this is why I told you guys at the top of the show, I said be sure to subscribe to our 1027 The Game Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram page. We are going to do a Dinger Bat MLB The Show 2021 digital copy giveaway. We're going to be having that posted soon, so be sure to. I'm going to give you a chance to subscribe. Turn the notifications on, because when we make the post, you want to be in there, and we'll let that run for a few days, and we'll have some contest parameters inside of there that you'll need to follow in order to be eligible to win. But
maybe we could do some screenshots of the actual Dinger bat if you post a screenshot.
There you go.
And I think this is a game that'll probably retail for anywhere from $59 to $69, depending on what it retails for. So this would be a great opportunity for you to get a hold of one, because I'll be honest with you, good luck getting it at GameStop or Walmart when it comes back, because it ain't going to happen.
It's funny, when I was working with PlayStation, I was trying to talk to them about getting an actual PS5 console so that Jason Hayward could do a giveaway through his social media platform, and they said no chance. We can't even get them.
Wow.
You gonna have a video game console on the bus for the River Dogs this year?
We might have to slow. We got the new TV on there. I guess we could slow one on there.
It might be a PS2.
No. Well, I do know Chris Allison for the Thoroughbreds. They got their brand new travel bus, and it's built in with video game consoles, and they get the kind of ride and style. And speaking of the River Dogs, I know Dinger obviously has a great relationship and partnership with the Owensboro River Dogs, and summer baseball, college baseball is right around the corner. Talk about Dinger's involvement with the River Dogs.
Well, it's super involved right now. We started cutting our bats today. so yeah, we're they're big supporters, obviously, with me with Dinger and me with the River Dogs. It's interchangeable. So they come through with us on the bats. I mean, whenever we cut the Washington National bats, we save wood for us. So
wow, okay.
You're not going to get any better wood than what we swing out there. And you can tell. I mean, if you're any kind of baseball player, when our guys go take BP, there's a sound to it. So it's fun.
That's a heck of a perk for these college kids.
Oh yeah, and it's funny, and because Shep being the baseball bat guy, it's funny when we get to our first BP, and there's always one guy that has his he brings his bat,
right,
and then I as always, every time I come after BP, and Shep goes, I think one time it was Sid.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't have. Did Sid not give us a bat size? We don't have something Sid's happy with. Do I need to go to the car? I'm like, no, he just likes his own bat.
Sid was huge, by the way.
Right. He was.
I was thinking maybe we didn't have a big enough bat for him, because I was going to make one for Sid, because this guy's going to hit the ball.
You always hear stories about people putting it on the top of the hill at Chautauqua, and they're kind of, as you get older. No. Sid Kumar actually put it on top of the hill at Chautauqua.
But just to watch Shep, just to watch Shep, then he'll go over to the guy and be like, hey, man, what are you swinging? Hey, you don't have a dinger you like? It's just funny. It's the same thing. You get those guys that just like their bats. But
another good story about it. You remember Ian Ellis?
Yes.
He had that bat that his brother had given him.
Yes.
From, the Diamondbacks. Still had the Diamondbacks knob logo on it.
Wow.
And I went over there and I was talking to him. I was like, what are you doing there? And he goes, he's something my brother gave me. It's pretty good wood. And I was like, dude, it's still not as good as what I got.
So
he became a Dinger fan, though.
I gotta ask you, because if you're a college kid coming in, a lot of these kids are from smaller type colleges. You're swinging a bat that's readily available to all major leaguers, and it's in almost every dugout throughout the major leagues. It's got to be exciting for them, one, to have access to that quality and level of a bat, and two, talk about, is it like a competition thing? Like, hey, when y'all go, let's say y'all go to like Madisonville or y'all go to anywhere else, like, and you guys show up with dingers and like maybe they're not swinging something as good? Is that like a status?
Well, no, but
I don't know
everybody
if I can call it a competition. What we always do notice is how many bats
they break. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not a competition, but I'll let Shep know. Be like, if there's a road trip he didn't go on, I'd be like, how'd the game go last night? Hey, great man, we broke like 6 of their bats. Maybe I'll give him a call.
Right.
Well, Shep, man, it's been great having you again. Again, Dinger Bats is going to be the official title sponsor of our high school baseball and softball broadcast this year on 102.7 The Game, CJ 105.7. And I'm just super excited to have you guys on board because at the end of the day, as much as we can cover the kids and provide the video is the next wave. Everybody's got the smartphone and whatnot. It's just very complimentary and just adds more value and ultimately at the core of what we do here, gives more spotlight to the kids.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We're excited that you guys have done it. Shane, thanks for coming in, man.
Appreciate you having me, guys.
Make sure you follow Facebook, Instagram, all of it. You got MLB The Show digital copy we'll be giving away.
Yes.
Compliments of Dinger, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's right. We come back. We got a little local area high school football news, and then we got some scores and recaps to go over for softball and baseball around the area. We'll be right back on Live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
You come to us broken. You come to us injured. You come to us scared, and you come to us lost. But we pick you up when you are broken. We stand beside you while you heal. We help you defeat your fears, and we find justice. We are Foreman Watson Holtrey, and we are dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
ATTC Manufacturing in Tell City is a proud sponsor of the High School Game of the Week. ATTC Manufacturing currently hiring for hourly and maintenance positions and are offering a $500 stay-on bonus at 6 months along with a $1,000 stay-on bonus at 1 year of service. Apply now at attcmfg.com or in person at 10455 State Road 37 in Tell City, Indiana. Catch exciting high school sports on 102.7 The Game, ESPN Owensboro, courtesy of ATTC Manufacturing.
Welcome back live at 5, 102.7 The Game, brought to you as always by Foreman Watson Holtrey. That's FWHlegal.com. Big thanks to Shane Shepard from Dinger Bats coming in here on a Friday to hang out with us. And again, be sure to follow the 102.7 The Game Facebook page. We'll be doing a MLB The Show digital copy giveaway courtesy of our friends at Dinger Bats, and it's going to save you a lot of money if you win. So,
oh yeah. That's not a cheap show. You were saying $50 or $60. No, that's not how much it costs.
How much?
I have to look it up, but I know it's not that.
Is it $79?
No, I'm betting. Yeah, I'm betting it's like 79.
Yeah, it's some of them can, especially one that's that coveted, and you're probably not going to be able to find it on the shelves. Also, be a big shout out to our friend Justin Clarkson from Meade County, Kentucky, listening to us all the way in Brandenburg and watching the Facebook live stream. So big shout out to him. Also, big shout out. Go to owensbororadio.com. Senior shout outs / senior shout outs to get. You can upload a picture of your favorite senior, your child, a family member, whoever you want to give a shout out to. You could type in what you want to say and something a little bit about the kid, and you could also upload an audio clip, so you can go to your phone, download an MP3 recorder, voice, and just record, hey, I'd like to give Johnny a shout out. And you could do this all at owensbororadio.com / senior shout outs, courtesy of our Owensboro area McDonald's. These seniors from last year and this year have been through so much. We're going to take the entire month of May to give these kids a shout out all month long from every single high school in the entire area. We're going to recognize those kids, and we'll all be done possible of our Owensboro area McDonald's. It's a pretty cool thing.
It is a cool thing. And I think that's awesome, and they deserve it. That's the trying times that those two senior classes have gone through, and things that they didn't get to do, and how everything changed. It's well worth it. And I'm just curious, can you also go to owensbororadio.com / Trailblazers and still nominate people?
Yes,
right. I mean, that's an awesome thing too.
And speaking of that, owensbororadio.com / Trailblazers is for our Women's Empowerment Week, starting April the 26th and running through May the 2nd. We can nominate your favorite female entrepreneur. She will receive 2 tickets to the Owensboro Thoroughbreds game on May the 2nd. That's our Women's Empowerment Night that we're going to recognize them, where all the proceeds that night for the Thoroughbreds game on the May the 2nd will benefit Girls Incorporated.
That's awesome.
We're going to have a VIP room for all of our female entrepreneurs that show up. We're going to feed them. There's going to be a cash bar, I think, on hand, so that if they want to partake a little bit, that's fine.
There you go.
And we want to really recognize our female entrepreneurs, and we want to inspire the next generation of young ladies through Girls Incorporated.
I love that.
It's a phenomenal thing. Again, you can go to owensbororadio.com / Trailblazers. Honestly, there's been a lot.
Good.
I don't know if we're capped out, but I don't think we are. Go ahead and nominate them anyway, because I don't know. I don't even know. Like, can you cap that? Like, I know we kind of wanted to put like a 100 number on it, and I think we're there already. So.
I tell you what, the people that make that decision are above my pay grade. Yeah. That's all I know. Just go ahead and nominate them. Keep going.
Anyway. Hey, just tell them Dave and Vic said it
there
was
you go, yeah.
We won't get in trouble at all, Vic. But also I wanted to jump in, Vic, as we got the little high school football. We're going to do a recap some games from yesterday, softball and baseball. Had some big-time matchups yesterday to recap. We'll do that in segment 3. In segment 4, we'll take you home and get you ready for the Thoroughbreds game against Columbus tonight, which you can hear right here on 102.7 The Game, ESPN Owensboro. But, Vic, I wanted to talk a little high school football because, one, I'm hosting the show.
There you go.
And I'm a football junkie.
There you go.
So I don't need much of a reason, to be honest with you. But big shout out to Austin Goff, right? First team Kentucky All-State, taking his talents to the University of Kentucky in Lexington next year. What a way for Austin Goff to finish his high school career.
Yeah, bookend an All-State honor, first-team All-State honors. Bookend from his sophomore season and his senior season.
And would have been his junior year had he not got hurt.
Yeah, it may have been a 3-time first-teamer All-State. Yeah, I mean, what a great honor for him. Well-deserved. And I'm looking forward to seeing his career progress at the University of Kentucky. Man, I really am.
I've been, Austin works out of the jungle, and I will say I've seen some pictures of Mr. Austin Goff. He's been so well built, since his freshman year, and I don't want to be like too, like goo goo gaga over him, but you're like he's
a physical specimen. That's all you have to say.
You can't get any bigger, right? You can't get any more physically. Then he's getting bigger. I don't know how he does it. Like, how's it possible for him to get bigger?
Good genetics.
But at the end of the day, Vic, I think, for Goff, moving forward, taking a kind of a peek real quick at his college career, I look for Austin Goff to take the same path that Cash Daniel took. I think he starts off on special teams, makes his mark there. And I'm not saying maybe next year. It just depends on the situation, numbers, somebody gets hurt in front of him. But I look for him to make his mark on special teams because people don't realize, Vic, he ran a 4.65 laser at the Nike opening.
Yeah.
He ain't slow.
No, I think the knock on Austin for some, it was never about just, straight line speed. It was maybe, being a little tight in the hips and not having some of that fluidity that you would like to see. But, and I know he's working hard on that too. And I don't doubt anything with him. One, he's a grinder. He works like an animal in the weight room. And if it's possible for him to see the field at the linebacker spot of Kentucky, then he'll do it.
No doubt, and that's why I default to special teams, because what do you do in special teams? You run straight down there
and hit somebody. two of his specialties.
Absolutely. We'll give a shout-out to second-team All-State members locally. Gavin Wimsick, quarterback for Owensboro High School. There's a little controversy on the Twitter feed today. A lot of people were kind of upset. I think the kid from Beechwood was named first-team All-State quarterback who won the state championship. That's the first 2A state championship for Beechwood. So I think, he threw for like 3,600 yards. But, at the end of the day.
But he was also co-Mr. Football. So it's really hard to be co-Mr. Football and not be the first-team quarterback.
Sure, that's kind of where I default to, too. And Mr. Footballs are pretty much primarily always seniors, I think. I don't think they give any Mr.
No, you have to be a senior.
Yeah, you have to be a senior to win the award. Jagger Burton was the other co-Mr. Football winner.
First lineman to ever win it.
So, hey, Jagger, good luck at UK, but didn't go so well at Rash, did it?
No, but what a great honor.
He's a great player.
He's a great player. He's a great kid. And
excellent student from what I understand.
Yeah, when you graduate, because he was an early enrollee at UK, so he's in college.
And let's be honest, that's how Jock Lindsey from Owensboro got his UK offer. He blocked him by himself.
Right.
But I want to get back quickly. Gavin Wimsitt, we won't go talk about him. We've talked about Gavin Wimsitt for 2 weeks now. But John Nally, second team All-State, much deserving. He's a kid.
I think so too.
We've been talking about, we talk about improvement made, steady improvement over the years. John Nally, the frame, the size, the academics. Kid's got the total package.
He does. It was a great, and I thought it was well deserved. I'm glad he got that honor because I felt like he was one of the more overlooked linemen in this area. Because I thought it was a great year for linemen in our area.
Oh, best ever, I think.
Right, I agree.
Close, yeah.
But I think he was the one that kept getting overlooked or would be put down the list, and I kept thinking that maybe he was the best of all of them. But what a great list it was, and so what a great honor by John Nally. I'm sorry, by
John Nally. John Nally, absolutely. And honorable mention, Trey Tinsley, wide receiver for Owensboro. He'll be taking his talents to the Kentucky Wesleyan College, play for Coach Craig Yeast and the guys over there. And if Trey Tinsley does all the off-the-field stuff right, he will make a mark at Kentucky Wesleyan. And it's nothing against the receiving corps. They have some good young receivers over there. I like the George kid from Central Hardin. They got some guys. Peyton Peters, obviously, is one of our favorites as well. But I think Trey Tinsley, from day one, Vic, can exponentially increase the talent pool of that wide receiver corps.
There's no doubt in my mind. I think Trey Tinsley is one of the more underrated. Now, and even us, he was a second teamer in our All ESPN, but
because they ain't throwing the ball,
right?
Season,
right, and I can remember whenever Pickens came on and we were previewing that Bowling Green Owensboro game. And we made the comment about the level, how Trey Tinsley had taken his game to an entirely different level once the playoffs start. And I thought Pickens said it best. Tinsley kind of knows when I'm playing, and no offense to whoever, Brett County or Muhlenberg County, I don't have to go out and catch 11 passes for 150 yards. We're going to win the game. But when it came time against the good teams and plays had to be made, where did Owensboro go? They went to Trey Tinsley, and he became a star. I think as long as he takes care of the off the field and the schoolwork and all that, because in college it's just more about playing ball, especially at a place like Wesleyan, I think he could be really special, a G-Mac type all-first teamer.
Yeah, and in the playoffs, he got so much respect, he was being double-teamed. They had to, Frederick Douglass had to put Dane Key on the field to play defense.
Right, they put Dane Key over top of him where you try to take him away.
Who's only a 4-star. I mean, it's no big deal. Big shout-out, to Justin Millay, offensive lineman for Owensboro. He's an honorable mention All-State. Still hasn't made his college decision yet. I mean, officially – has offers from Arkansas State and Western. I think they may have pulled those offers back, but they're just not out there. I know he's got like 13 FCS offers on the table.
Is this a kid thinking about maybe coming back? I'm just curious.
He cannot come back.
Okay, he's too old.
He's
All
too,
right.
too,
I was just because that's just a new thing. I was just curious.
Listen, Vic, I've already
checked on that.
I've already done all my due diligence on that one. So, but no, he's not. But again, and this is something I've had some local college coaches inquire about the future plans of Justin Millay, and so I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, he's family, but he's recently had surgery on his hip, and people don't know, but Justin Millay actually played the entire season with a hip flexor. He actually had surgery on it. So the fact that he had that good of a season. Even the play in the state championship game, Gavin really didn't get any pressure.
No, I thought the offensive line did great. It was the secondary that just shut down passing lanes. But no, I really like I've been a big Millay fan, and hopefully that he gets healthy and will go on to make a choice.
I just got a text from some local college coach, and I feel you. I'll do it.
Better leave it at that.
I'll do what I can. But anyways, big shout out to Logan Weedman, who's taking his talents to Tennessee Tech. Man, and the thing, here's the crazy part that blows my mind about Logan Weedman. He's going to graduate high school, Vic, 17 years old. Like, this kid could literally have been in high school like almost 2 more years.
Yeah.
What? He could be a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be an old, obviously a very old sophomore, but that just blows my mind because the kid's 6'5". He's, 300 and probably I think he's up to like 380 or something right now, and he ain't fat. Like there's no
380.
There's
I don't know if he's 380.
No, 280. I'm
I was
sorry.
going to
No.
say 380. He's not Nate Newton.
Sorry. When you get old, things but
sorry about that, Weedman.
Yeah, right. He's 280, but the kid has not an ounce of fat on him. I don't know. Weedman's been an enigma for me, Vic, because I don't know if he projects to the O-line or the D-line.
I think where they're looking at down there, I think they're all planning on being O-line.
I think that's the plan for
Tennessee
Tech.
And I'm here to tell you, I think when it's all said and done, this is a kid whose best football, and I know this sounds weird because of how big he is. And we were talking about this. I was talking about this some day with some people we had about the River Dogs roster. When you look at what Weedman's going to be in 3 years, and you go from having your young adolescent to teenager to 18, 16, 17, 18-year-old man body to when you're really man body.
Right.
You wait another 3 years when he gets in that college weight room and they do their thing that they do so well in college. In the 3 years now, I think he's a kid that could be one heck of an offensive tackle when he grows in. And I know it sounds weird when you're talking about 6'6", 280 when I say he grows into his man body. But when he gets to that point, I think he could be really special down there.
Hang with me for a second, Vic. I'm gonna say something, and people are gonna think I'm crazy, Dave. You're just being a homer, showing love to the hometown kid. I get it, but I'm being serious now. If he stays away from injuries, if that body maturation happens, his feet,
he's got great feet.
His feet are going to get even better with that maturation. He's going to get an NFL look.
There's no doubt.
I'm not saying he's going to get invited to the combine. He's going to get drafted. I didn't say any of that. I got to see what happens in college. But just knowing what I know right now, he has the potential to get a serious look from the National Football League.
That I totally agree with. I totally agree with that. And I expect the same thing from like Nally. I think that's another one that's who's even his best football is ahead of him.
I mean, honestly, all these guys that I'm about to mention, I'm about to talk about Parker Bates as well. Nally, Millay, Weedman, and Bates, they could all seriously get looks. If they put the work in, stay away from injuries, yada, yada. And speaking of Parker Bates, he's taking his talents to Lindsey Wilson College, and kid is just smart. He's got all the academics down. I thought I'm not sure there was one kid that improved as much as Parker Bates did from his junior to senior year. Because, I was kind of saying, like, to be honest, like, I didn't know if I saw it his sophomore and junior. I mean, I saw his size, and I saw him, being able to lean on people at times and dominate and look good at times. But I didn't see the movement. I saw the movement this last year.
He was right there.
Parker Bates made an unbelievable stride. Lindsey Wilson, you're talking about getting a steal.
They got one.
That's the definition of it. Parker Bates, Lindsey Wilson, that's a steal.
Yeah, I totally agree. I do think he was one of the more improved players I saw from his junior year to senior year.
Vic, we are way over because I've talked high school football, and
that's all right.
I got on a tangent and said that Logan Weedman is 380, and he's 280. But we'll be right back. We'll talk about some high school softball and baseball, and some results here on Live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
Hey, what's going on? Jordan Rose, your bearded Viking here, and with me,
I'm David Clark, 102.7 The Game, ESPN Owensboro.
and the reason we are dressed in our graduation garb is because we are wanting to celebrate the class of 2021 with senior shout-outs, all presented by McDonald's of Owensboro.
That's right, graduating class of 2021. Big thanks to the Owensboro area McDonald's for making all of this possible with all your favorite items here. You got the caffeine, you got the food. It's time to get it, seniors.
And the only way to submit a senior shout-out is by going to owensbororadio.com/senior shout-outs, and here is how you do it. It's that simple to do. owensbororadio.com/senior shoutouts, and you can put a lot more than just a picture in there, David.
Absolutely. You can do photos, you can do audio, you can even do captions to let everybody know all about your favorite senior in the tri-state area.
It's owensbororadio.com/senior shoutouts. This is all made possible, again, thanks to McDonald's of Owensboro. So when you need that caffeine fix or you need to get those brain cells pumping by getting some food, go to McDonald's of Owensboro. And again, congratulations to you, class of 2021, for reaching the finish line. Yeah, buddy!
All right, good job, hey. It's time to celebrate. Congratulations,
And the way to celebrate,
toss
by
your
throwing
cap.
the cap up!
ATTC Manufacturing in Tell City is a proud sponsor of the high school game of the week. ATTC Manufacturing, currently hiring for hourly and maintenance positions and are offering a $500 stay-on bonus at 6 months along with a $1,000 stay-on bonus at 1 year of service. Apply now at attcmfg.com or in person at 10455 State Road 37 in Tell City, Indiana. Catch exciting high school sports on 102.7 The Game, ESPN Owensboro, courtesy of ATTC Manufacturing.
You come to us broken. You come to us injured. You come to us scared, and you come to us lost. But we pick you up when you are broken. We stand beside you while you heal. We help you defeat your fears, and we find justice. We are Foreman Watson Holtrey, and we are dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
When bad weather hits, you can submit school and business closings at owensbororadio.com. Select the Contact tab at the top of owensbororadio.com, then hit Cancellations. Give us all the information about the school or business closing, and we'll spread the info to our listeners. Brad Emberton Heating and Cooling makes bad weather announcements possible. Your comfort is Brad Emberton's business. Again, to submit a cancellation or closing, visit owensbororadio.com and click the Contact tab at the top of the page.
Welcome back, live at 5, 102.7 The Game, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtrey. That's FWHlegal.com. Lawyer up if you need to. FWHlegal.com. Deshaun Watson. But Anyway, as we're back to it, we're going to talk about some high school baseball results quickly. We were at our ATTC Manufacturing Game of the Week last night. CJ 105.7, Caleb Farkas and myself on the call as South Spencer Rebels defeated Tell City 7-0, and Kobe Bartlett on the mound. We've called them twice, Vic, and when I haven't seen South Spencer without Kobe Bartlett, because I know Apollo, I think, beat them 7-3. I don't think Bartlett pitched that game. Mm-hmm. Man, when Kobe Bartlett's on the hill, they are really, really good baseball team. 7 strikeouts. The Vincennes University commit. To me, he's South Spencer's Ray Zuber III. Like, he just does it all. He plays basketball. We saw him hit threes against Owensboro. We seen him go throw for like 4 touchdowns versus Tell City in the last game of the year in football, and then comes out and just throws a shutout.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of likes to play Tell City, doesn't he?
Future River Dog, maybe?
That's a possibility.
We'll take a look at him, right?
Pretty good possibility with that one.
And South Spencer's a team. It's a championship pedigree. Coach Keister over there does a phenomenal job. It's always good to get over to Rockport. Free plug. We did go to Angelo's again after the game. It's right down the street, Vic.
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat.
I got to get those guys on, man. I've done a lot of free advertising for them over the years. Also, a big shout-out to another Southern Indiana star from yesterday, Reese Davis, Perry Central product, against Crawford County in a big, I think it was 14-0 win. Reese Davis goes 3 for 3, belts 2 home runs, and has 5 RBIs. Safe to say he's going to be the Perry Central Commodore of the Week, brought to you by Cash Wagner and Associates.
It's a nice game there. That's not bad.
It's not bad. Maybe a future River Dog as well. Let's keep an eye on Reese Davis moving forward. But also in the Kentucky side of things, Vic, this was a game that I was kind of looking forward to with Muhlenberg County and Butler County getting it on last night. Muhlenberg 7, Butler County 6. I kind of surprised a little bit, Vic.
Well, I had Muhlenberg in my top 5 preseason. They kind of got off to a slow start. Played a good schedule, so I mean, it wasn't like there were some bad losses in there. I thought they played really well, early against Apollo. Probably a game they should have won. They kind of gave away at the end there. But so I'm not totally shocked. I know Butler was playing well, but I think Muhlenberg is better. Muhlenberg's a team that's a lot better than the record. I'll just say that.
Yeah, that's a good program. The Muhlenberg County Mustangs have been phenomenal. I believe that was 2 days ago. I almost got my scoreboards mixed up there. Ohio County 12, Webster 0. Again, Ohio County's a young team going through some things, growing pains there. It's good to see them get a big win, maybe a confidence booster for the Eagles. And on the softball side, the big news from yesterday, Catholic 4, Hancock County 2 in the All-A Regional Championship. For one thing, I knew, obviously, Catholic was the favorite going into that game, Vic, but Hancock showed me a lot there. That for them to go 4-2, look out for Hancock County as a dark horse.
You talk to Hancock, and they'll tell you they should have won the game. They left 11 girls on base. They couldn't get the big hit when they needed
11 girls on base.
Yeah, they left 11 runners on base. And so I was talking to one of their coaches, and he said, that they just, they had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and they just couldn't get the big hit when they needed it. Now, some of that credit goes to Calyx pitching. But it's just, that's the game of baseball and softball sometimes. And you just, you get a lot of games. I could think of multiple games where you had chance after chance after chance, but just couldn't find the barrel when you needed to.
Yeah, that's the thing sometimes, Vic, is that, sometimes baseball is a funny game. There's a slew of games across the area tonight. Again, Stephen A. Turner on the softball side of it is on the road as Owensboro's taking on Muhlenberg County. The Lady Devils are still without some of their, star players. So I think they're a little, if they could be competitive tonight on the road against a very good Muhlenberg County girls team, that would be great. Meade County has an intriguing game tonight on the road at DuPont Manual in Louisville High School. I'm really looking forward to that. I know Manual's only 1-3, but I mean, they played Frederick Douglass, who's I believe ranked highly in the state, Anderson County, Portland Christian out of Tennessee, and then Ballard. So, teams like that tend to play tough schedules. I always respect Meade. I think Meade has a lot of success in the third region because they play such a tough schedule as well. You look, they lost 8-2 versus Trinity.
Yeah, Trinity's the number 1 ranked team in the state, and
really good.
Yeah, they're really good, and they're probably, if I had to guess right now, I would say that they should be the second. The second best team right now in our region. I mean, maybe a step ahead of Breck. I think it's going to be a great regional a great district matchup. And I'm really looking forward tonight. To me, the game of the week, the game of the night around
beat me to it, Vic.
Is Owensboro Catholic, who comes. I think they're 5-2 or 6-2. And Apollo, who's 12-2, 13-2.
Sure.
In a district matchup. I mean, I think I mean, Catholic is, the heavy, heavy favorite.
Right.
But this is a chance for Apollo to step up and say, hey, hold on now. Don't just, give them the regional title yet. Let's see what we got for them.
Vic, I asked you before, I think it was during a commercial break, I said, should either one of these teams pitch off? And you said no. Because...
Well, first of all, this year, just the first game counts in the district standings. So this is the one that will count towards your, whether you're the 1 seed, the 2 seed, the 3 seed, or the 4 seed. And listen, these kids grew up playing each other. You want to make a statement. Why throw off? And it's not like, you're going to see them again later on. But, it's like the Major League guys. They throw their pitchers, whenever it's your turn. I'm just a big believer when it's your turn to come up through the rotation, you take the ball. And if I'm playing Trinity, if I'm playing Catholic, if I'm playing Louisville Trinity, if I'm playing Breck, it's your turn to go take the ball, go out and win a game.
Catholic has, baseball, rightfully so, might I add, has a mystique right now. They got the star power. We talked about we could build an all-region team with their team.
No doubt.
It's no doubt about it. They're that talented. But I think Apollo has a chance to kind of put a little chink in that mystique,
Possibility.
They have an opportunity. Now, will they? I don't know. It could go 100 different ways, but I think this is a big opportunity for Apollo
It is a big opportunity. And I really like to see what Apollo staff, and I think I've heard, there's no way for me to know for sure, but I heard that like Apollo's ace, Nick Judd's going to go out, probably get the ball tonight. And so I'm wanting to see how he handles that length of the Calico lineup. I think it's a great matchup.
Great matchup. Follow along. 1027 a game night. We'll be tweeting out updates. When available, we'll be right back. Wrap it up. Take you home for the weekend here on Live at 5, 1027 The Game.
When bad weather hits, you can submit school and business closings at owensbororadio.com. Select the Contact tab at the top of owensbororadio.com, then hit Cancellations. Give us all the information about the school or business closing, and we'll spread the info to our listeners. Brad Emberton Heating and Cooling makes bad weather announcements possible. Your comfort is Brad Emberton's business. Again, to submit a cancellation or closing, visit owensbororadio.com and click the Contact tab at the top of the page.
You come to us broken. You come to us injured. You come to us scared, and you come to us lost. But we pick you up when you are broken. We stand beside you while you heal. We help you defeat your fears, and we find justice. We are Foreman Watson Holtrey, and we are dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
ATTC Manufacturing in Tell City is a proud sponsor of the High School Game of the Week. ATTC Manufacturing, currently hiring for hourly and maintenance positions and are offering a $500 stay-on bonus at 6 months, along with a $1,000 stay-on bonus at 1 year of service. Apply now at attcmfg.com or in person at 10455 State Road 37 in Tell City, Indiana. Catch exciting high school sports on 1027 The Game, ESPN Owensboro, courtesy of ATTC Manufacturing.
Hey, what's going on? Jordan Rose, your bearded Viking here, and with me, I'm David Clark, 1027 The Game, ESPN Owensboro. And the reason we are dressed in our graduation garb is because we are wanting to celebrate the class of 2021 with senior shout-outs, all presented by McDonald's of Owensboro.
That's right, graduating class of 2021. Big thanks to the Owensboro area McDonald's for making all of this possible with all your favorite items here. You got the caffeine, you got the food. It's time to get it, seniors.
And the only way to submit a senior shout-out is by going to owensbororadio.com/senior shoutouts, and here is how you do it. It's that simple to do. owensbororadio.com/senior shoutouts, and you can put a lot more than just a picture in there, David.
Absolutely. You can do photos, you can do audio, you can even do captions to let everybody know all about your favorite senior in the tri-state area.
It's owensbororadio.com/senior shoutouts. This is all made possible, again, thanks to McDonald's of Owensboro. So when you need that caffeine fix or you need to get those brain cells pumping by getting some food, go to McDonald's of Owensboro. And again, congratulations to you, class of 2021, for reaching the finish line. Yeah, buddy!
All right, good job, It's time to celebrate. Congratulations,
and the way to celebrate,
toss your
throw the cap up!
Welcome back live at 5, 102.7 The Game, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtrey. You can't cut it any closer than this. We're going to be on for about another minute before we take you home. But we want to give remind everybody to stay tuned for my button didn't come on.
There you go. Now I got you.
I pushed it 3 times. It didn't come on. Man, that's weird. But anyways, stay tuned for Spain and Fitz at the top of the hour tonight for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds against Columbus Condors, 7 p.m. It's going to benefit the YMCA. Vic Evans and myself will be live on the air. I'm super duper excited to have this game on ESPN Owensboro. I'm excited to see this Thoroughbreds team play. This is going to be fun, Vic.
It is going to be really fun. I mean, I've been looking forward to this since we found out we were calling these games. So I'm excited about it, and we hope you tune in. And then the other big important thing is make sure you follow us all through the social media platforms.
Yes.
To win your MLB The Show.
MLB The Show, Saturday tomorrow at noon o'clock. Wesleyan Walsh, 94.7 BIO. Big shout out to Amber Barnett, who's the Conference USA Player of the Year, former Catholic soccer player, and the Owensboro Rampage, still alive in the national tournament. We'll see you tonight. Owensboro Sports Center. Get your tickets. 102.7 The Game. We'll see you tonight. Owensboro Thoroughbreds.